I've been expecting. We all know why we're here. We want to watch the simp economy crash down, the gold diggers having to go out and get a job. It finally happened. It's happened in China. Now it just needs to happen everywhere else. It just needs to happen everywhere else. Let's take a look here.
Economic downturn has not only hit businesses, but it's also reshaping social relationships. A recent incident in Liaoning reflects how these changes are playing out in daily life. 3 young women went out for a barbecue late at night. Throughout the meal, they kept calling male friends, asking them to join for drinks.
Okay, so 3 girls decide to go out and have food, but then they start calling their male friends to just join them, okay?
Unfortunately, none of the men agreed to the invitation, and no one showed up. When it was time to pay, the restaurant owner discovered that the 3 women couldn't cover a bill of just over 200 yuan.
Are you kidding me? No, that's crazy. No! Really? So they kept calling them over just to pay the bill. Wow. That's it. Imagine that. You're there. Imagine you get a call from like one of the girls that you're hitting up or something. And then she's like, hey, I'm here with my friends. You want to come out here and join us? And I'm going to be like, nah. But then she's like, please, we need you to come over here and pay the bill. Speechless.
So what?
I ran a bar myself. They said they had no money.
You're bullying young girls.
Who's bullying you? You drank 5 or 6 bottles of beer.
You're bullying young girls. Who's bullying you? And I'm sorry, this is like a whole separate tandem. But like, when like, oh, it's gonna sound so wrong. But when like grown women are like, you're bullying young little girl. They're drinking bottles of beer. They're not young girls anymore, man. Like, this is a full-blown, that's a grown woman right there. Yeah, now you may be saying, no, there's a difference between a young adult and an adult. Drank 5 or 6 bottles of beer, ate your fill, and now you can't pay 200 yuan. It's embarrassing. Let's watch let's see how many dollars are 200 yuan. 28 bucks. 28 bucks. $28. What? They legit, with 3 girls, couldn't. Okay, now I know that the economy's like different everywhere else that you go, right? 28 bucks gets me a lot of stuff. In like Mexico, the Philippines, anywhere, it gets you a lot of stuff. I know that. But 28 bucks and you're out here doing this?
Ate your fill and now can't pay 200 yuan? People are laughing. It's embarrassing.
In the video, a woman squatted on the ground, arguing with the owner while frantically messaging friends for help. The restaurant posted the footage online, which quickly
That's crazy to argue back. It's crazy to argue back.
Sparked a heated debate. Viewers mocked the women, suggesting that they had planned to find someone to pay for them. Some praised the absent men for refusing, believing that they had likely been taken advantage of before. Others pointed out a wider trend. When women invite men out, especially at the last minute, the expectation is often that the man will cover the bill. This incident highlights the collapse of what some have called the simp economy, referring to men who spend money, time, and effort on women without receiving genuine affection in return. With the economic slowdown, more men are refusing to play this role, leaving women who relied on such behavior caught off guard. One striking example involved a woman who tried to take advantage of a blind date. On her first meeting, she ordered nearly 30,000 yuan worth of seafood. Halfway through the meal, the man excused himself to take a phone call, but he never returned. He blocked her on social media, leaving her with the entire bill.
Wow! Damn! How many plates of food? 15 of seafood. What size is this girl? She must be massive. 15 plates? Dude, that is like a lot of food. A lot of food. Ooh, dude, that's my boy right there, though. Dude, hold up. I gotta take a quick phone call. Give me a second. blocks her ass. Good, good. Oh,
I've never met such a shameless man. You say you
this
have
is
no
her?
money, but then why even go on a date? Yesterday, this man promised to take me to dinner. I ordered seasonal dishes like king crab, black tiger prawn, and sea cucumber. Then, seeing the menu was good, I ordered more sea cucumber and even packed extra for my friends. I also ordered more king crab to take home for my brother to try. He was still
What? Ooh, ooh. For her friends and some home too. Nah. I'd also be like, I'm dipping. Nah, that's just disrespectful, man. Come on. You're gonna take advantage of a guy like that? Come on.
cheerful at the start, but after the meal, he said he needed to take a call. I waited 2 hours and he never came back. I called him, but he still didn't answer, and then he blocked me. What kind of person does that? In the end, I had no choice but to pay with my credit card. 28,000 yuan. He just disappeared completely. This guy is unbelievable. Next time, I'll be more careful with blind dates and won't meet such a scumbag again.
Scumbag. He's the scumbag. Crazy. I hate this so much, man. I saw this post back earlier today of this guy that goes out with this girl, and then she starts eating the steak with her hands, just biting it down, picking it off the plate. He's obviously respectfully disgusted by that, and so he's like, "All right, latest, I'm dipping." And so she calls him. He's like, "What? Where did you go?" And he's like, "You grossed me out. It is what it is. I paid for my meal. You have fun over there." And then she started blaming him. How could you blame him when it's a you problem? That's just insane. Calling him a scumbag when you...
Online reactions were swift. Many applauded the man, saying a woman who orders thousands of yuan worth of food on a first date deserves to be left with a check.
She deserves
Some referred
that.
to it
Yes,
as
sir.
a textbook example of standing up to gold diggers. Another viral video told a similar story. A woman dined at a restaurant but refused to pay, claiming she was an angel and wanted to put the meal on the tab.
What does that even mean? To be an angel?
I can't even put it on my tab here, can I?
Who do you think you're talking to? Do you know who I am? I'm an angel.
What the hell is an angel?
Angels should pay when they eat. Otherwise, you're not really an angel. You want to cheat ordinary people while pretending to be one?
I'm definitely going to pay. I said I wanted to put it on my tab, but they wouldn't let me. I've been waiting for over an hour and my legs are starting to ache.
Since you're an angel, why not just give some money to help out? Let an ordinary person use it, okay?
She couldn't argue anymore, so she started complaining about the food, pointing out every flaw,
Of
and even asked
course.
the owner for
Of
compensation.
course. It's everything
I
but your
originally
own
wanted
fault.
to
Of
put it on the
course.
tab, but today I can't. I've waited so long, and the dish smells bad. The duck has no salt, and I'm still hungry. What do I do? How are you going to compensate for the loss?
Compensate for the loss. If you're an
Compensate.
angel, do you even need to say such things? Then you're not an angel.
Damn.
This angel's out of money for the past 2 months.
All right. Stop pretending to be crazy. Just pay up already.
The restaurant owner
Stop
explained, but in
pretending.
the end, the angel still left without paying.
She left
Online,
without
viewers
paying.
joked
Come
that she was
on,
likely
man,
one of the
no.
leftover women, a term used to describe women, usually in their late 20s or older, who remain unmarried due to various social pressures and expectations. The collapse of the simp economy has exposed deeper issues. Data from China's Ministry of Civil Affairs shows that only 6.1 million couples registered for marriages in 2024, the lowest in 45 years. The number of men choosing never to marry is now 24 times higher than that of women, and many cite the same reason: they no longer want to be taken advantage of. In China's consumer culture, love has increasingly been tied to money, expensive gifts, luxury bags, and costly dating rituals. For many men, the costs have outweighed the benefits.
Dude, who's gonna... What a toxic thing, dude. That's so toxic. Why would you want to be a part of that? Really? No, like, why? For what purpose? It just makes no sense to me. Why would I just be... yeah, you know what? That's okay. Well, you want to go out? Let me buy you just 13 Gucci bar, just anything you want. Louis Vuitton, you name it. Whatever dumb thing you want, I'll just get it. No, who would want that? And these early 20s guys, man, we're broke. we're broke, man. And in China, I'm sure it's even more stressful because you have to compete. Oh, it's so bad.
Leading to growing disillusionment with marriage and dating. One online post put it this way: I was led to believe that being good to someone meant I could win their heart, but in reality, I was just paying for an illusion.
And that there it is. And there it is right there. I was led to believe that being good to someone meant I could win her heart. Don't be an idiot, man. Come on. What do you think this is, Disney? No. What you have to do it's just resources for these people, man. It's just resource. Like, that's all it is. It's just fighting for resources over and over. If you can't contribute to the resources, why would they want to do that? No, and that is awfully disgusting, dude. That is so bad. Why at that point would you want to be a part of that? That's depressing to read.
One commenter said, in the past, men would chase women, thinking they had money and hope for the future, so they were willing to be simping dogs. But now, with the economy slowing down, men are starting to do the math. If you treat me well, I'll treat you well. If you treat me badly, I won't keep tolerating it. Marriage markets across the country also reflect this change. Despite women outnumbering men in many events, expectations remain high. Women with modest incomes still demand men with houses, cars, and six-figure salaries, along with large dowries. Many men simply opt out. Some women who relied on men's spending now find themselves in financial distress, a phenomenon called debt.
Good! Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. How could you be happy that people are struggling? I'm happy. I am absolutely happy. Why would I not be? These people blow. They ruined it for everybody. They ruined the whole love game and everything. They ruined it. Why would I not be happy?
Repayment brides has appeared, women offering marriage in exchange for having personal debts paid off. Now, for all the single men out there, here's a rare opportunity. Don't miss it. If someone can pay off my 260,000 yuan debt, then buy me a new car and a new iPhone 16. I'll go with him. First come, first served.
Is this bitch serious? 260,000 yuan? And she just had to sneak in a car and an iPhone 16. Of course it's an iPhone 6. Of course. I mean, duh, what? No, she... That's insane. How much is 260,000 yuan? Let's see this. Oh! 36,000? $36,000? She wants 36. How does she have a debt of 36 grand? How the actual hell do you accumulate that? I mean, that's like if you went to college and you got student loans type debt. That's the only debt that comes to my mind. And maybe like a car of the year or some shit like that. But 36,000, and then she just had to sneak in a car and an iPhone. Of course, I mean, duh, what is that? So it's not really 36 grand because the iPhone 16 is like what, 1,500? So this is already just 38,000 plus the car, which I don't think she wants a $3,000 car. No. She's gonna want at least a $10,000 car. So in reality, you're looking here, I have no clue, at 56 grand? $56,000 to just get, hold up, let me look at her, to get this, to get that. First come, first served. If my wife said that, if there was recording of her saying this, it's raps, it's GG's. I'm kicking her out. No fucking way, dude. No shot.
Don't miss this chance. This stark, transactional approach to marriage not only exposes the financial struggles of some women, but also reflects how, after the collapse of the simp economy, some people are now attempting to turn the tables through marriage. The proposal sparked outrage online, with many comments warning.
The hell was that? Hold up. Yo, run it back. What was that? Hold up. Who the hell is this paper? Ooh. Oh my god, somebody get her some vitamin D or some vitamin C. All the vitamins. Please, for the love of God, she's dying. She's actually dead. Let her outside, man. This is how I imagine Rapunzel looked like inside the tower. Oh my god. Okay, that's besides the fact. Sorry.
Sparked outrage online, with many comments warning men not to fall into a debt trap. Marriage to pay off debt? I can't believe you'd even think of that. What a trick. Others didn't buy it either. Helped pay off her debt, then she'll just run off. It's true, Chinese people don't deceive Chinese people. Another person commented, these days, men are waking
Chinese people don't deceive. Dude, there's nobody that's more racist against your own kind than your own kind. There's nobody. Nobody hates white people more than white people. Well, nobody hates Mexicans more than Mexicans. Nobody hates Chinese more than Chinese, apparently, too. My God, I always believed that was the case, too.
up. Who would want to fall into such a debt trap? As the economy declines, the simp economy isn't the only thing crumbling. Many women's survival anxieties are multiplying. One user posted, in times of economic recession, women's anxiety far outweighs that of men. It's almost a law. In the past, society followed a culture where men worked and women stayed home. Men were expected to earn, and women didn't have to be overly strong. The marriage market valued a woman's age, looks, and personality more than her job abilities. However, the economic downturn has brought women's survival issues to the forefront. Not only are they struggling to find quality partners, but they also face employment anxieties, health issues, family pressures, and age-related worries. The experiences of Japan during its economic downturn serve as a cautionary tale. When Japan entered an era of stagnant growth, society didn't provide enough space for women who didn't rely on men. Many jobs didn't hire women, leading to severe employment discrimination. And single mothers.
And that's the way it goes, man. And that's the way it goes. You know, we love to hate a lot of the times, specifically me. And you know, I'm still gonna make a whole video about how hard it is to be a guy, specifically because that's just what I am. But you know, as they just said it, you know, if you're a girl, you get some weight put on you. You get a lot of weight put on you, and very soon in your life, you get like, you get put on the productivity treadmill of like becoming a better person and producing resources and economic and all of that garbage for your family. You get put on that fast because, well, that's the reality of it. That's the reality. You know, if you're a girl, you gotta move fast. And that's because, well, you know, they reach a wall way faster than guys. They reach that wall because, you know, all of the, you might say whatever the hell, you might say whatever, you can say all of these other things, but like the reality is that girls get put on they have to do stuff fast because once they reach they have their time limit. They hit that wall and boom, it just becomes, what is the marriage rate after you're 40? It goes down like at least by half from what I remember. It goes down tremendously. So, and the likelihood of getting divorced just skyrockets so far up. That's just the reality of it, you know, and that kind of sucks for a lot of girls because, you know, you don't really get to make a lot of mistakes. You don't get that luxury when you're a girl. You don't get to have a lot of mistakes because, you know, if you're a guy, you can go try out a girl, all right, that's it, okay, didn't work out, next one. But if you're a girl, it's sticking on you, and you know, if you have too many boyfriends, one after the other, now you have that on you too, and now you you know, that all weighs down on you, and then you get less and less and less. But if you're a guy, you don't really get that much at times, and this is especially for girls, you know, they have to get on this. You have to secure all these. You have to go and grab this, go and grab that. And you know, that's a lot of pressure to put on them. Of course, you know, that makes them go use their thingies, you know, their looks, and then get a man and then just kind of grab onto him, and then if he has the money, just carry me out of this struggle. I can't even hate on that strategy because, you know, if I was a girl and I was attractive, shit, that's what I would do too, man, honestly.
Mothers and women faced harsh living conditions. Long-term single living even triggered widespread mental health issues. Now, many Chinese women are facing similar struggles.
到了我这个年龄，其实没有结婚。
At my age, it's really painful not being married. I'm so scared. What should I do? I'm really scared. The fear inside me keeps me up at night, unable to sleep. Am I going to live my life alone, growing old alone? I can't even be around men now. I'm afraid of interacting with them.
What?
I've been deceived so many times before, and now I have a fear of men. I feel like I'm not like other people. It feels a little abnormal, but it's actually normal. Sometimes I just feel like I'm so conflicted inside. Analysts note that men
That's the delusion right there. That's the delusion. We all caught that, right? You caught that. You caught the delusion right there. I feel like I'm not like other people. That's basically what she said. She feels like she's abnormal, that she's not like everybody else. But then she looks around and everybody is just like her. You gotta get that through your head at times, man. Because some of us just have the the main character syndrome or whatever the hell. We feel like there's everybody else and then there's us. We're different. We have our own thing. But people don't understand that we're all just the same. If you just zoom out, you just like, you see that everybody's just the same. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing just the same garbage stuff. Of course, even if you zoom out at times, you can see there's a clear difference between some people. But that's a whole nother thing. But like dating wise and all of this, like once you reach a certain level of like attractiveness or whatever the hell, and you're competing to just the date and all of that, so many people are just the same. It's exactly the same afterwards. You can say whatever you want, that like a person is special, and they can absolutely be. You can be like, this is my person and they're special and they are the one for me forever. But at times, man, like, no, not at times, everybody just, if you zoom out enough, we are all just normal.
no longer want to be simping dogs, and this shift has caused the collapse of the gold digger economy. The ripple effects are visible in multiple industries. 1. Luxury goods sector. According to a report by consulting firm Bain & Company, luxury goods sales in mainland China fell 18 to 20% in 2024. Many women with unstable incomes are now reselling secondhand luxury goods to make ends meet. Over the past decade, China's secondhand luxury market has grown sevenfold, with gold diggers now making up the majority of sellers. 2. Fine dining and ritualistic consumption. Previously, gold diggers loved sleeping in, applying makeup, having afternoon tea, posting pictures from fine dining restaurants, and discussing catching rich men with friends. However, since 2023, fine dining restaurants in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen have struggled, with revenue now down to only 40% of previous levels. Even high-end milk tea brands are struggling.
And that's entirely understandable, dude. Well, you see, the problem here is that their culture, it's self-proclaimed like this as well. I'm not just hating for the sake of hating. It's very consumer. It's very consumer. It's just like the US. They love to consume. That's all they do. They grab stuff. They they just love to consume. But that's kind of like how everything built around that, That's why you have all these shops, all these little gimmicky restaurants or whatever the hell. But that's just like, it's so bad. It's so bad when it comes to love. Having a consumer mindset, it's so bad, man.
3. Personal consumption loans. Men are no longer lending money to play the simping dog, while women, unable to repay loans, have gone from being goddesses to leftover women.
Man,
the bad loan rate for personal consumption loans at the 6 largest banks has continued to rise, with some loans becoming uncollectible and new loans unable to be issued. By early 2025, interest rates for consumer loans had even dropped to below 3%. 4. Elite training schools. These schools, which promise to teach women how to...
Whoa. I hope we all caught that everybody's going into debt with consumer debt. That's what it is. If you get, and that's I'm pretty sure when you like withdraw like cash, I think that's what it is, or like you do it for something that's like it's a dumb purchase. It's a dumb purchase most of the time. Most of the time when you hear that and you work at a bank, you hear that it's a debt like that, like 5% of the time it's something actually good. And the rest, it's something stupid. It's just the dumbest debt that you can get. Right underneath a college debt, but that's a whole other thing.
Enter high society, with tuitions ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of yuan have collapsed. As the gold digger economy crumbled, students realized the courses were useless and began demanding refunds or reporting to organizations for fraud. In April 2024, a popular
I'm pausing this like a madman. Hold up. Hold up. Catch all of that. They pay tuition so that they can learn how to enter higher society. Imagine that. Imagine that. That is the craziest thing I've heard. That is insane. Paying tuition so that you become so you can just marry into rich families. That's essentially what it is. They don't want to be around, like, make friends and that sort of stuff. No, you want to marry into money. That's what they want. And they're demanding refunds. I mean, of course, what do you think was going to happen? They're going to be like, the only way that this works, the only way that a school like that would work is if they directly connect you with those people. That's the only way. They cannot teach you how to be attractive. They can teach you class, of course. They can teach you how to have manners. They can teach you how to walk and dress and all of that stuff. But they can't teach the most important one, being attractive. Of course, they can do surgery or whatever the hell, but you can't teach that. That's just innate or whatever the hell. And that's mostly what it is. I mean, and most of these rich people, they just marry into other rich people, man. What do you think this is? Some like 20 shades of gray, 21 shades of gray? No. It's real life. No billionaire's gonna look at a McDonald's employee and be like, you know what? That's it right there. That's it right there. And he's not just gonna marry that. He's not gonna marry that. He might do that. He's gonna and then leave. Absolutely. You see that all the time. They fly out girls all the time. But they're not marrying that. No, sir. And that's their goal here. That you can't teach that.
Ship coach, who made 150 million yuan a year and had millions of followers, was investigated for tax evasion, leading to the institution's sudden closure.
My goat.
5. Medical beauty industry. It's not that women don't care about beauty, but fewer men are willing to pay for cosmetic procedures. While the industry has grown rapidly in the past, suppliers in the medical beauty industry saw a drop in revenue in 2025, with companies like Bloomage Biotech reporting a 21% decrease in the first quarter, and IMEC Technology Development Company down by 18%. Some cosmetic surgery clinics even started offering discount packages and selling products with no scientific basis. 6. Online dating platform. In fact, the collapse of the Simp economy is just the surface issue. Behind it is a deeper financial crisis. YouTube commentator Xiao Cui revealed that China's central bank quietly removed an important financial data point, the scale of overdue credit card debt. The last time this data was reported was at the end of 2024, but since then, the central bank has stopped publishing these figures. This suggests that the numbers were so alarming that the central bank didn't want to expose them, fearing it would destabilize public confidence. She shared shocking numbers. In 2021, China's overdue credit card balance exceeded 6 months and was 86 billion yuan. This remained stable in 2022, but by 2023 it surged to 98 billion yuan, an increase of 14%. In 2024, it skyrocketed to 124 billion yuan, a shocking increase of 26% in a single year. This year, when the central bank conducted its analysis, it found even worse figures. If released, this would expose the household debt crisis, so the central bank decided to erase these numbers. But Xiao Cui managed to find the relevant data in the reports of China's 2 largest credit card issuing banks, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, and China Merchants Bank. The reports show that in 2024, ICBC's credit card overdrawn balances increased by 85.6 billion yuan, a rise of 12.4%, with bad loans increasing by 10 billion yuan, an increase of 61%.
Bad loans are when they loan out, but then it's not getting paid back, by the way. I should specify that.
This pushed the bank's credit card bad loan rate up from 2.45% to 3.5%. The reports also revealed a massive rise in bad debts across all types of loans in 2024, including housing loans, consumer loans, business loans, and credit card overdraws, with bad credit card loans coming second only to the largest bad loan category, housing loans. It's not just ICBC. All 6 major state-owned banks saw significant increases in bad loan rates last year, with the same pattern across all of them. Xiao Cui points out that credit card bad debts are a warning sign of a deeper debt crisis. Credit cards have a low threshold for borrowing and short repayment cycles, meaning that once people's cash flow type...
I think I know what she's going with this. Credit card debt is like horrendous debt. It's really bad debt that you can have because It's like, it's supposed to be that you use it and then you pay it back real quick. That's the way it is. Just like boom, boom, done. But if you don't, it starts like piling up like fucking crazy, dude. It starts piling up like crazy. It starts going boom, 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 and it's just, they shove late fees just right up your... It's insane.
The bad loan rate can surge within a month. ICBC's data shows that while credit card balances increased by just 12% in 2024, the bad debts surged by 60%, indicating that a lot of new credit card spending is being used for cash withdrawals, not regular purchases. These users are likely to face defaults. Even more worrying is that this bad debt crisis is concentrated in small and medium-sized cities and rural areas, meaning that residents in these regions are facing a wave of bankruptcies. With fewer job opportunities, greater mortgage pressures, and falling housing prices, ordinary people's lives are becoming increasingly difficult. In this context, even if some men still want to be simps, they can no longer afford to do so.
Even if they want them. You can't even simp. You can't afford it. Now, is that good? Kinda. No, actually, no, it's not good. Because, like, that's just a huge problem. Because this is all just a reflection that there's not enough money going around. That's all it is. Because if nobody can afford it. And when you can't afford it, all of these different sprout out. This is just one of, like, here's, like, the main log. Imagine that. This is just a branch of, like, the problems that are caused off of that. Just the gold diggers and the simps and all of that conflict, that's just one thing. But like the main thing, the whole economic and not having any job, why? Okay, and not having any jobs, that's like the main problem here.
The world is full of surprises. 3 women ate with 3 men.
Okay.
But when the bill came, nobody had enough money. They even had to call the police. In the end, they scrapped together 400 yen. Still short of 100. Next time, girls, make sure you know if the other side can pay before you eat.
What do you mean next time girls figure out if nobody could afford it? What do you mean girls need a what? Nobody could afford it. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, that's kind of insane if like 6 people in total don't have enough money for the meal they all ate. Like, dude, come on.
The collapse of the simp economy is more than just a dating trend. It reflects how the economic slowdown is reshaping social behavior across China.
Damn. Well, there you have it. I mean, is this good? Is this bad? I'm happy because of this specific thing, that the gold diggers and the simps, that's whole thing collapsing. I love that. I'm a sucker for that. But they're struggling monetarily. That's just... it's always just rough. And especially because, you know, I sympathize with them. You know, because I feel like the problems are just... Everybody's having that problem right now, you know. You are supposed to be providing. You're supposed to be doing all of these things. You're supposed to be over here. Everybody's telling you, you need to be over here. You need to be doing all of this. But you're barely over here. And no matter like what you're doing, you're just not doing enough. And you can't do enough. But you look around and everybody is with you or below you. And there's everybody still telling you, what are you doing over here? You need to be over there. And you just can't get anything right. And that must suck, man. To just not be able to afford all of these things. To not be able to... Because I know the parental pressures are also there, man. I know that that's still a thing. See, imagine you're supposed to like get a house and all of these things, and then your parents are telling you you need to move out and you need to take care of them now. And you know the economy's just not there, man. Like, what do you want them to do? That must suck. That must blow. The gold diggers, though, they can go fuck themselves, dude. Catch the L. Go to hell, dude. Nobody cares. Go get a job, you bum.